feel away my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning teams. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to picking me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna call my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I bought like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel away my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna call my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I bought like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel away my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Taken in the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. First down and then some. And finally down at the 41-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
A gain of 6.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
One play has them up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Mahomes firing complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Complete.
A good pickup there, a 22.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Gain of 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he gets it all the way down to the 3. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC.
Makes the score, Chiefs 7, Ravens 0. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
At the 28-yard
tackle made there by Frank Clark.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. To throw on 2nd down. Townsend looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. 3rd down here.
The storm windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Butker's kick here is good. And the lead moves to 10-0. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
For Kansas City.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Damian Wilson in on the stop.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
A heck of an effort there on the scramble leaves him with just 3rd and a yard.
Any hitches brought him down. It's a gain of 15 yards and leads to 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
53, check 53. Watch the pass. 53 is the mic.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Going right side here, and that's complete.
Jackson's pass.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. That catch good for only a couple.
At their 48-yard line.
Forced out to his left. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
4th down. Here's Jackson. And he's got this down to the 35. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Jackson from the shotgun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw again. Jackson escaping the pressure right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, 35 yards. And the Ravens draw a bit closer.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Mecole Hardman. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. But it'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. To the goal line, but it's incomplete to Marcus Robinson, the intended target on that one. And that'll bring up second down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it. The ball comes out, and that is going to skip out of bounds. So a break there for sure. They'll hold on to the possession at the 5-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Mahomes now to throw. A screen to Bell. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
50, you. Right here. Check it back.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
On the Hail Mary. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Target. Sponge. Hey.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. He was trying to go back to Hollywood there.
Baltimore Ravens. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. They find some open field here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
Around 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Yeah, it's on.
Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Yannick Ngakoue. Just as hard to say his name as he is to block. He's there in on the stop that time. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Switch up.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Okay, man. You're not going to get me? 50 yards, come on. 50 yards. Watch me run.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Ravens' 33-yard line.
50 yards, bro. 50 yards. Cover.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. And he stopped immediately there.
Edwards-Helaire, the ball carrier.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
The line of scrimmage.
We're in Baltimore. Third quarter action, 2nd and 10.
At the 13-yard line.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there's no space available. An incompletion as a result.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Patrick Queen. He's got daylight. 30.
What's up?
10, 5, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
I think we all know the turnovers have a way of deciding games, and before you say something snarky, I realize that's not particularly astute. But in this case, how about the evidence right here in the third quarter? They've got the lead, moving the football, things looking good, and then...
Yeah, so now a flip on the scoreboard with that pick 6, and I don't know, the rest of this second half shaping up to be very interesting.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Hardman on the return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, Let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
At the 26-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. He's got a man, complete. Down the numbers. Here he goes. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 74 yards. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. But if you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes, he just takes off and goes. And I think that's what we just saw there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, it's Edwards. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching hey, we're going to take the ball away from you. No matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now 2nd and 11 from the 32.
2nd and 11. At the Ravens.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now here's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. A former first-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Makes the score.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
They go play action with Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Edwards now on 1st and 10. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll take this close to a 1st down at the Chiefs' 23. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Being chased out left. Incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
10 at the 12-yard line.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
And he picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Now a toss left side for Dobbins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from taking the lead. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman.
25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there, because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And now here's a carry heading left. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Marlon Humphrey on the tackle.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now they try the right side here. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
At the 33-yard line.
Now a handoff as they run left side. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
And a first down, Chiefs.
Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now here's a timeout as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game.
At the 21-yard line.
Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. 2 for 2 tonight. This will be for the win. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens.
The onside kick recovered by the Ravens.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Baltimore, good night, everybody.
That's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top of it. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. I can't hear the hate, got a lot of it. Take these bands to the bank, let them rot in it. So much ice on me, I wish I had 2 necks. I got homies that can sleep without 2. I got homies that can sleep without Gucci and Chanel, I got a lot of it. Walk up in the spot like, hey, what poppin' in? Yeah. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top of it. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. West LA, that where you find me though. Cha-cha matcha with it, rockin' black clothes. Whip around that Batmobile, ducking 5-0. If you step to me, then be prepared for smoke, lil' bro. Let me feel myself a little bit. Let me blow this down a little bit. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit.
Irresponsible without your money or not. Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hell in the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Come like a bat of the hell, I dare you to cross like a reverend. In my energy paralyzed, I'm like I'm finger 11. Take a second, I'm finna send it like a bearing a message. You the best, if it ain't me, then you need you a confession. You a mess. You ain't scary to me. Heard you was a leader, but that ain't apparent to me. Put dust on you like cheetah, run up down the air in the scene. And I feel just like Vegeta Prince, and I'm an heir to the seat. I mean, for real. Touch the driver's sauce so I don't even grab the wheel. That's on my chest, but it don't mean the man is stealing. Man, I'm walking with some money, man, I mean a couple mil. Ew, think you need a meal. You ain't even eating while I'm feasting in the field. That's why I'm always cheesing, cause I feel like Uncle Phil. And all this losers think the freshman ain't half the man as well. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Just like the hands on the clock, I go back to back when I'm doing numbers. All the mad that I'm driving the bus, so they threw me. Team go losing, then they choose another. And that's okay, cause I'm competing with me, not you. I live with blessings like I can't stop sneezing, not you. I hate to break about me and myself top two. I blow away the competition like a bowl of hot soup. And there's no catch. I go and get the bag and I'm not bringing it back. I'm like a down QB, I put the pain in the past. And if you ever had a problem, promise I didn't ask. So it's 444 in the car, my dash. I shake a big, told them all, you ain't first, you last. Little boy, that's facts. I'ma grow that cash to my money. You know what? Let me stop.
Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this, ayy. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this, ayy. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this, ayy. I turn the knob, camera assist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I'm with the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, 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 I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, yeah, when I hit that. I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my faith, cause these odds ain't got nothing on them. I secured the safe.
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
4 yards on the
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Breeze leads this one with Kamara. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Breeze. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the ball carrier. He's brought down at the 31. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 31, Mahomes. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Edwards-Helaire, the ball carrier.
Not the kind of game that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 5. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
If I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
No problem there on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On 2nd down, Kamara. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Bree's going to throw. Looking long for Thomas. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And he'll get this back across the midfield. Strikeman down to the 47-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Mahomes sacked.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
2nd down.
And to give this time to the tailback. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 45 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize. But when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker now to kick this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, Kamara. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. Flushed out right. Trying to improvise. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first. And 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. A full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Breeze now. And that is incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 2nd down.
Well, switching gears for a second. Look, Charles, we know it's part of the game, but injuries, again, a big story in Week 5. Most notably, of course, Dak Prescott. Pretty severe ankle injury that's going to keep him out the remainder of the season. And that's really just the latest in what has been a tough year already. Gosh, you could probably build an all-pro team, Charles, with some of the guys who have gone down.
Yeah, an all-pro team, and at worst, a Pro Bowl team, because you're talking about names like Saquon Barkley with the New York Giants, Cortland Sutton with Denver, Marlon Mack, Indianapolis, Nick Bosa, San Francisco, all of them injuries that have them lost for the year. Michael Thomas got hurt in the season opener with New Orleans. We haven't seen him since. Nick Chubb with Cleveland on IR. Christian McCaffrey with Carolina. They've all missed significant time. So,
and he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10.
At their own 32-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Mahomes going to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 36. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now a handoff looking right. Finding his way down to about the 35-yard line. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
The 35-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a solid run down inside the 30.
The ball carrier.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut it down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it.
We got 4. We got 4. Hey, look 3. Switch.
They'll run it with Bell. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Going to throw deep for the end zone. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
47, Mike. 20. Ripples. 47. They can't hang with us. Mike's 47. Mike's 40.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And he'll go back to Kelsey. This time it's caught. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
I got it. He's coming back. He's coming. Double up.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
Here's Hardman on the return.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Mahomes will try again on second down. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
First down, Saints.
On first down, Breeze. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
It's a gain of
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
23 yards. And the Saints first down.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
At the Chiefs' 13-yard line.
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Now Breeze on third down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
On fourth down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
40-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute off.
Time, open, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Chiefs 28, Saints 3. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
Breeze now to throw. Now Breeze lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long.
The 3rd quarter of play with the score Chiefs 28, Saints 3.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Mike, 53, Mike.
The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. And it is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Mahomes now on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Malcolm Jenkins, the strong safety, swoops in for the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Check 26, check 26.
Mahomes now to throw. This is caught. Watkins. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
That's good.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Under pressure, down he goes.
Mahomes
Sacked at the 10. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
And goal at the 10-yard line.
Now Mahomes. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. This game still...
Irresponsible without your money or not. Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hell in the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Come like a bat of the hell, I dare you to cross like a reverend. In my energy paralyzed, I'm like I'm finger 11. Take a second, I'm finna send it like a parent a message to the best. If it ain't me, then you need you a confession, you a mess. You ain't scary to me. Heard you was a leader, but that ain't apparent to me. Put dust on you like cheetah, run up down the air in the scene. Now I just like Vegeta Prince, and I'm an heir to the seat. I mean, for real. Touch the driver's sauce, so I don't even grab the wheel. That's on my chest, but it don't mean the man is stealing. Mean I'm walking with some money, man. I mean a couple mil. Ew, think you need a meal. You ain't even eating while I'm feasting in the field. That's why I'm always cheesing, cause I feel like Uncle Phil. And all those losers think the freshman ain't half the man as well. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Just like the hands on the clock, I go back to back when I'm doing numbers. All the mad that I'm driving the bus, so they threw me under. Heard they mad, they don't wanna bust, so they boo each other. Think that they're the winning team, go losing, then they choose another. And that's okay, cause I'm competing with me, not you. I live with blessings like I can't stop sneezing, not you. I hate to break it, but me and myself top two. I blow away the competition like a bowl of hot soup. And there's no catch. I go and get the bag and I'm not bringing it back. I'm like a down QB, I put the pain in the past. And if you ever had a problem, promise I didn't ask. So it's 444 in the car, my dash. I shake a big, told them all, you went first, you last. Little boy, that's facts. I'ma throw that cash to my money. You know what? Let me stop.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick?
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Harrison Butker set to get us started. It's two AFC powerhouses, the Chiefs and Ravens, underway in Baltimore. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
56, Mike, 56. Here we go.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
Play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Ingram. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
You don't see too many cornerbacks coming up with hits like that in the running game. He announced his presence right there and knocked it back for a loss.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson steps away to his left, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Fumble on the play.
Not only a fumble loss there, but a fumble lost on your first drive in your own territory.
Now you're dealing with a lot of stuff here because you feel bad going off the field because you gave up the football. How does your own defense feel now having to go out there and stop them when the momentum is clearly shifted in their favor?
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes, a screen to Bell. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins.
Mahomes.
First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
It's a gain of
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Chiefs.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
At the 9-yard line.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it brings up 3rd.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
It's a loss of 4 yards.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Mahomes picked by his ex-teammate Marcus Peters.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
56, the mark, boy, 56. Check.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Jackson rolling to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. 12 yards is the pickup there. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
56, right there, 56.
Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, as we normally do, let's look ahead to what's to come here in the NFL for Week 6. Some changes to the schedule in this most unusual season, but CD, I've earmarked a few here. I've got Cleveland and Pittsburgh, Green Bay and Tampa Bay. Of course, that's going to be a lot of fun. Arizona, Dallas, Monday night. And then you got Buffalo, KC moved from Thursday to Monday to account for Buffalo playing on Tuesday in Week 5.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and start with that one because that Buffalo-Kansas City game, as you mentioned, was originally a Thursday night feature game. Then they moved it to Sunday. And then they had to move it to Monday because of the juggling of the schedule in this most unusual season. Arizona, Dallas, Monday night. That feels like an old school kind of a game, doesn't it? And now we'll have Andy Dalton at quarterback for Dallas. And Green Bay.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Chris Jones in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards. And that also leads to 4th down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The ball on the 8 still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. From 8 yards out, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC.
Fix the score. Chiefs 7, Ravens nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson dancing to his left. Buying time to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Caught right side, it's Snead. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
At the Ravens' 31-yard line.
And going deep for Hill. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. They get the 1st. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. On play action, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
At the 14-yard line, it's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds.